Good morning, y'all.
I hate that. I asked you not to do something obnoxious.
That wasn't obnoxious.
It was kind of obnoxious.
Honestly, I don't even think the pod track picked it up.
It picked up like the second half,
Oh.
later half.
When I said morning, y'all?
Yeah, well, it caught the end of good morning, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking knew you were going to do that. I hate that. That's disgusting.
Hi, everyone.
You're gross.
Why?
Because if for all of our lucky listeners,
Hey, I'm brewing a potion in
your
my
mouth,
cauldron.
in by
In the
cauldron,
back
he
of your
means
throat.
exactly. He was gargling fucking titty milk,
You best believe I'm gargling that titty milk right
gargling that titty milk.
now. Oh, yeah.
Gamer sups, whatever.
Yeah, what it do, Gamer Subs? Where's that sponsorship?
Shit, I will gargle all the gamer sups
Oh
if
my
you sponsor
God.
us.
Holy shit. Okay, what would our Gamer Subs flavor be called
Oh,
if we were
shit.
ever so lucky?
Godzilla come.
That's a good one.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure
no,
there's
no.
already come though. I'm sure they already have one that's named Come or something.
No,
they
I
don't.
I don't think so.
Godzilla come and we can make it green.
But
It's got to be like the bright green.
Godzilla is definitely like proprietary though. So we would have to. It would have to be like large
giant lizard come.
large lizard come,
No,
large lizard leakage.
I was thinking more of like making it a brown drink and calling it like the brown eye special or something,
Oh,
and then
That
make it like a
sounds disgusting.
and it
Yeah.
tastes like gravy.
exactly or so. I don't know what's a
Damn,
brown
man.
and tastes good other than asshole.
Gravy. What asshole you eating?
Zendaya?
Oh,
The
no.
brown ones.
I reserve my right to not answer your question.
You're pleading the fifth.
I'm pleading the fifth on this, sir.
Fair enough. You're like the darker the better, baby.
Hey, man.
Doesn't matter what color skin you got. If your asshole's brown,
All
I'm
I'm
with it.
all I'm gonna say is I looked into the abyss and the abyss winked back. If you know what I'm saying.
I don't like that.
Cool. I'm thinking it could be like.
This is good.
Is AIDS blood a good flavor?
Maybe grass clippings.
Mmm.
You know,
Yummy.
grass clippings.
Have you guys ever tried those jelly beans that are like taste like grass and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
you're talking about the
Dude.
Bean Boozle challenge.
Bean
That's something we need to
Boozled.
do. We
That'd be
need
a
to do
great
Bean
time.
Boozled.
But I will say there are only like 3 in there that phase me. They have been
Yeah.
adding new flavors though.
It's because you are disgusting.
I'm just
You're gross.
how you live my life. I don't fear anything.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman that I am currently obsessed with on Instagram named Tommy Gaines. Right.
I feel like I know that name.
I may have shown you some of his stuff. He's the guy that does like just the worst things right before he works out.
Oh,
And
is he like the guy who's like, will it pre-workout or
Yes,
whatever?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that piece of shit.
He did recently the Egger bomb, which is
no.
like a dozen eggs, and then he did like 6 shots of Jaeger in it, and
That's
just mixed it all
crazy.
in a mug and just
That's crazy.
went
I think
to town.
I think there was one video I saw of him where he did like he ate like 12 cans of beans or whatever.
He's done that with ravioli. I know
That's disgusting.
it's pretty good, and that is actually the level that I want to be on. Just because.
No.
How else do you, at least from my perspective, how else do you even fucking know you're alive?
Yeah,
You know?
other than eating 12 cans of ravioli.
Just doing the most heinous shit. I think he actually has a shirt that says "Live heinously" on it, and I live by that.
I hate that.
I love it.
I don't want to live heinously.
Unhinged.
I feel like he stinks. Like I feel like just anybody who eats food like that and like lives like that just has a terrible odor.
The fact that he is able to work out after the fact, even if it's the same day as eating 12 cans of ravioli, is impressive to
It's
me.
insane.
And
And
it-
not to talk bad on Tommy.
It almost
like, I'm
speaks,
sure he's a great guy.
It probably speaks to the contrary, honestly. I bet that dude takes good care of himself.
No, he
just
fucking doesn't.
He just does the worst shit you can imagine
you do
on
not,
camera.
You
Guaranteed.
do not eat 12 cans of ravioli and to take care of yourself. Like that's not no.
I'm with it.
I
I would smell him.
Yeah.
I bet he smells
Well, you
great.
don't have a sense of smell.
facts. We've talked about
Even
this.
if I
Yeah,
have
I
a sense
know.
of smell. In this,
Yeah, it's easier
this
for you to say
hypothetical
when you don't
situation.
have a sense of smell. You don't know what shit smells like.
actually, to counter your point, I did smell a very pungent smell today because things have to be relatively strong in order to even penetrate my nostrils.
Yes.
My sister has a very bad habit of leaving like Tupperware and
That's
glassware
gross.
and
I
even
hate
just like
that.
plates of food
Yeah.
in her car.
Ugh.
Not just in her room or anything, right? But in her hot,
Yeah.
like confined area of a car, right?
Yeah. And it's just musty.
It's so bad.
And in there.
And she just forgets about them. For sometimes, like she
How?
leaves them on like the passenger side floor sometimes, and she just forgets about them and goes
Wow.
about her day. And she brought in some glassware. No clue what was in it, but she automatically put it in the sink. That way, it could like have some dish soap in it and like scrape whatever bullshit was in it out before it was in the dishwasher.
Right.
And I could smell whatever that used to be. The corpse, the decaying, desiccated corpse of that food.
At that point, just throw the Tupperware away, right?
It was like
have you-
glassware.
Yeah,
like it was
still,
like a
throw it away.
small
Fuck it.
glass Tupperware.
Fuck it. Like I guess I'm just wasteful, but like
It's a tad wasteful.
Bro.
Smelt it down.
it's disgusting.
Smelt
like
the
there's
glass back
there's a
down.
certain point where like that, like Tupperware and glassware becomes so heinous. Heinous.
Heinous is a good word.
It is a great word.
Not used enough. That's why I
Honestly,
think
underrated.
I like it on a shirt. Like
Live
Tommy Gaines
heinously.
has. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But you were saying,
Yeah. So there's a certain point where it's just not worth it. You know.
also have a very weak gag reflex.
Absolutely.
So
but only with certain things.
yeah, fair.
And like food is kind of up there. Yeah, food, like especially rotten food and like moldy, like furry shit. Like that
Furry shit.
that furry mold. That gets on like food.
I do. It kind of looks like cotton candy.
Like,
You're gross. Have you seen that one guy? There's another guy talking about heinous Instagram influencers. What's this? I don't even know the dude's name, but he's one of those guys who's like jacked. Like Liver King. You know
Yes.
who Liver King is?
I do. I'm familiar.
And so it's not Liver King, but it's a guy who looks very similar. And he's like, the video's like, oh, I just got back from a 2-week trip, whatever, and I'm hungry. Time to eat some meat. And he had like 5 steaks, like in a glass jar, like a mason jar, on his counter. Not even in the fridge, but on the counter. Oh, no. Okay. And so he's like, I'm gonna eat some rotten meat, And so he pulls out the top meat, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna toss this one because it's like fucking covered, right? Like just thinking about it makes me kind of want to gag. So like
I'm just intrigued.
he grabs it and he's like, okay, well this one's kind of bad, He's like, so like I won't eat this one, but then he gets the bottom one. He's like, oh, and he shows it to the camera and he's like, and there are like a few parts where there's like furry mold.
Green
He's like,
speckles.
yeah, and he's like, okay, well this one's not too bad, and then he eats it fucking raw, and he's
What's
like,
the purpose?
and he's like, oh, it's a little.
It's good for
funky."
your microbiome.
No, get this. Get this. I don't know what he was on, but he's like, okay, it tastes a little funky, but here's the great thing about this diet: you can just eat whatever you want. I don't know what fucking diet he's on to eat old rotten meat.
You can eat rocks.
Yeah, literally. He's
Why?
like, you can eat any. Exactly. What's the purpose? What's the point of
And
that?
also, no, you fucking can't.
Yeah.
That's not how the human body is engineered.
Yeah. Well, I
He's
mean,
like, you can just snort cyanide with this diet.
you could do anything you want.
Basically, it's pretty cool.
And like, who am I to argue with him? The dude's jacked. Like, he looks like he probably has like less than 10% like body fat.
yeah, but he's like ooga booga jacked. Like,
Yeah.
he has no brain cells apparently.
Well, he probably doesn't have any brain cells because of all the mold he eats.
Yeah,
It's like his wife.
there's definitely got to be people out there that say that eating mold, and I'm not even talking about like cultures, right? Because there's so many things that can be considered like mold or bacteria, right?
Right.
But I'm talking like straight just mold off like bread
So-
that's gone bad, right?
right.
There's probably a group of people out there.
No, there
that are
absolutely
like, oh,
is.
it's actually like really good for your gut. It makes you
Yeah.
more regular. That's
well,
totally
I think
a thing.
so. There is a group of people out there. I don't know who they are, but like I remember years ago, I watched a documentary of this guy.
The
who,
Moldenites.
Yeah, years ago, I watched this this documentary. Not even really a documentary. It was like a 60 Minutes interview, whatever. And it was like this guy, and he was like, yeah. So I got really sick one day, and whatever. And then I got like taken in by these like villagers, whatever. And like,
You know how you do.
Yeah,
One day
you know
you're
how
lying on your
things-
couch sick, and then the next day you wake
You're
up and
in-
you're in a random village
like
that
you're in
looks
just
like it's out
random
of
village.
Skyrim.
But he was like, yeah, and all they had was like old meat. They didn't have a way to like get rid of it. And he was like, so I ate it, And he's like, I was super sick for like 2-3 weeks, but then I got over it, and now I can just eat rotten meat. And so I think
Cool.
I know. I think the argument
Huh.
is like the immune system or something. But like the dude is literally like, yeah, I'll just go find roadkill and I'll go eat roadkill.
Okay, so you're just lowering your quality of life then?
Right.
That's what it sounds like to me. Because the thing is, the reason why I'm thankful that I live in the current age that I do is, or at least one of the reasons that I am so happy to, is because I don't have to fucking eat rotten meat.
Right.
Like,
Right. Like that's
a low bar.
That's a very well. It depends on where you live.
Low bar. Contextually, for us, I can thankfully say I've never had to eat rotten meat or consider it.
Yeah. No. Absolutely not. I
So-
refuse. I refuse.
Yeah,
I will
no.
starve. No, I won't. I got to do it for the gains. I want to do a simulated hunt. You ever seen those?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm gonna be that Ooga Booga Chad.
That's really bad. I look forward to hearing about your experience.
Uh,
I will not be accompanying you.
To quote the great Andrew Tate, even if you're smart, I'm strong and dumb, and I kill you, who wins? Not you, you're dead. So I'm just going to get Ooga Booga jacked, and I'm going to kill you, and that doesn't matter what you say.
It's true.
It is true. Yeah.
See, but Andrew Tate did not take into consideration that I have a gun. It's crazy.
You cannot penetrate my muscles. I'm too giga chatted out.
Yeah, exactly. Bam!
You need at least a 50 cal to make it through these pecs.
People like that are so funny to me. They're just
Dude.
like, oh, I could beat you up. I'm like, I do not care. I would
And
never
so-
put myself in a situation where I would allow you to beat me up.
And like, listen, so here's the thing. We've talked about this. I support anybody's right to say whatever they want on the internet.
yeah,
you
'cause
know,
I have a gun.
Exactly. Right. But like one of my buddies listens to like exclusively Andrew Tate on like podcasts and shit, and his brother and whatnot. And
Brain
I'm
rot.
just like, bro, I just can't imagine it. And like
That
I'm like,
person, this is something, this is a microcosm, okay, for a larger issue or a larger, I don't even know if I would call it an issue. It is, but just a larger epidemic that we're seeing, right? People that are in very close proximity to us and maybe that we would even call friends, right,
Yeah.
are living entirely different lives than us.
It's
And
crazy.
it doesn't seem like they would be based on just a brief interaction with them or even like long periods of interaction with them because they're still a human being with complex thoughts and emotions. But whenever you get into what they think and also why they think what they think, you realize, oh, it is like a completely different universe in your head. It's crazy because there are people out there, right, not so far from us, that will listen to things adjacent to Andrew Tate, right? Or even, oh my God, I'm trying to think of another good example, where they're just like that's their lifestyle or
Right.
they try to aspire to those things.
Right.
I could not imagine waking up and being like, this is what I want to do today. you know?
right, exactly.
And day after day. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave all names out, but it was somebody that I spent like a few days with, like recently, and that was like all he was watching and like listening to, and I was just like,
You're like, this is, you
holy
like
shit,
legitimately give this credence too. That's what
Yeah.
that's what that means because
exactly.
there's a certain point where even like very intelligent people who are willing to hear out pretty much anyone.
Like me, I would consider myself like I will listen to anybody's point of view. I don't care what you believe.
But there's a point, right, where
Yeah,
you'll listen to them and you'll hear someone out.
yeah,
But that's it.
exactly.
You're not going to be like, oh, well, I'll hear them out some more. You know?
Exactly.
So that's the thing, is that if they're listening to it constantly, day in and day out, even if they don't agree with everything that the man says, regardless of it, whether it is, Andrew Tate or someone else on the internet, right? If you're listening to them that much, you have to be lending credence to what they say.
Well, and even if you don't like it, or even if you're like, well, he's got some like nuggets of knowledge, which I'm not gonna lie, he does. Like he's a smart guy.
instead
He's
of fucking Hitler,
huh? Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
The seatbelt.
That's my point.
huh?
Hitler was like largely endorsed, if not was one of the people who made the seatbelt widely known in vehicles.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know that.
So just shit like that, right?
Right.
Like you can argue that point for pretty
Exactly.
much anyone
Well, but
throughout
that's my
history.
point. But, like,
like
the
you're
thing
like, oh
is-
yeah, Mao Zedong. He's my favorite philosopher. You know.
Is he actually?
No.
I don't know who that
What?
is. Who's Mao Zedong?
Mao Zedong was like the dude who created communist China as we know it today,
Oh.
and he killed more people than I think died in both world wars combined.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
that could be a
I
wrong
feel like
fact,
I've
but
heard the name. Like,
But yeah.
either way, he's a bad dude. He was a bad dude.
just kind of gross. So you can say the exact same thing,
Yeah.
and that's just a bad point to make. It's almost like a bit of a fallacy to make that point for anyone, you know.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And like, regardless of like, if you are looking for the the nuggets of knowledge, like all the bullshit that comes with it, like,
Is it worth it?
Well, it seeps into your brain, into your subconscious.
You can't filter
right?
it all out.
You
right?
can't. And like the
Exactly.
thing is, and like, yeah, the truth is, like, because I mean, like, I get having confidence, and like, you know, we're a few pretty confident people. You know, we're confident enough to have our own podcast and whatnot.
I don't even think of it as confidence anymore. I'm just out here living.
Honestly, yeah, just vibing,
You know.
whatever. But still, a lot of people don't put themselves out there like that. But like, even if you like gave it to Andrew Tate to be like, man, good for him for being confident and really loving himself. But like, there's a certain point where like he just is like, he's such an asshole, bro.
Oh, so-
like, he just seems like insufferable. Like, I wouldn't want to.
Insufferable is the word.
Like, I wouldn't want to be around the guy.
usually, I don't listen to a lot of other people's thoughts.
Yeah,
Genuinely,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I will. At this point in my life, I will barely hear someone out, not because I don't think that they have anything to offer, but because I don't care, like legitimately. And it's not even in a. I don't even know. I don't want to come across as an asshole, right? Try as I might, I probably will. But at the same time, like, if I'm consuming content, it's usually more like shallow, honestly, just because like most of the deep shit, or what people would consider deep shit, I'm not going to label anything that I think deep. Most of the deep shit comes from myself, and I don't need
Well,
anything to be a
and
catalyst.
see,
for
but
that.
I would say that's like definitely a perspective thing, right? Because like what's important to you may not be important to others, right? And
Yeah,
like
and that's the thing, is that
what
my
seems
philosophy is not like lifestyle philosophy either, right?
Right.
Where I'm not
yeah,
listening.
live heinously.
I'm not listening.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to people that think that they have it all figured out, and they're like, and you can too, you know, because
Well, you
I don't.
also
I don't give a shit.
have we, and I don't know if we talked about this, but you hate like motivational speakers.
I
and
think
you,
we've
you
touched
hate all
on
that. Regardless, we don't need to like dive into it or anything. And like, I agree, but like again, it goes back to like the things that like the thing that I said about Andrew Tate is like what you listen to. Like in a day in, day out basis seeps into your subconscious, and it's gonna be what you put out, whether it's in your own words or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's why I
it's-
only listen to Warhammer lore, because
yeah.
that's what I want to
Bro,
also
it's
put
fucking
out.
good, and we're not going into Warhammer because I don't want to talk about that today.
Nope. No
Anyway,
Warhammer. We
so-
have to like we have to like have a limit on Warhammer.
Bro,
shit.
I'm already just
throughout the day-to-day.
just thinking about it like kind of exhausts me.
But it excites me at the same time. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's because like Warhammer's like your cocaine, apparently.
Kinda.
No, you're addicted. It's your heroin. You just veg out to Warhammer.
It's one of the only things that gets me up in the morning.
That's sad.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. Why?
Because there's more out there than Warhammer.
Okay, and
You're like, I don't need
that's
that.
what gets me up in the morning.
Cameron, this
Who
is
cares?
an intervention. I think
Yeah.
you might be addicted. I can stop anytime I want.
Yeah. Well, but I just don't want to stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I do just think that you're right more than anything, where I think that's actually a very dangerous rabbit hole to fall down, where people are like, oh, they make some good points. I think he's stupid, but he makes good points, you know? You can argue that about anyone. It's a logical fallacy to go,
Yep.
oh, they had good points, right?
Yeah.
Because the least likable person in your life probably makes some good points.
Well,
right?
or like have some redeeming qualities, right?
Exactly.
That doesn't mean you need to bring like have them sit at your table, right?
You got it.
Thing.
So I think it is especially important in the age of the internet to maybe protect your energy a little bit more, because
Yeah. Oh,
even if you are not directly impacted by things, there's a lot of bullshit out there and a lot of good shit out there. So you have the freedom to choose. You know, and there are a lot of people who are probably echoing a lot of sentiments that people like Andrew Tate are saying, but they're not Andrew Tate. And
Yeah.
they're probably saying it in a more constructive way.
Right.
You know,
Well,
because
and-
the world's a big place.
yeah.
So-
there's quite a few people out there.
And there are a lot of people that probably do think similarly to you, you know?
Bro. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get off this
Yes.
subject.
I just think it's fascinating
Yeah.
because maybe just seek out shit that is more constructive, more productive.
Just look for education wherever you want it. Like whatever interests you, get out there. You know.
But don't give the dumbasses more influence than they already have.
Exactly. Anyway, did you hear about the boxing match, like in the UFC or like the UFC fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg that's being coordinated?
It's not going to happen.
Well, all I'm gonna say is Dana White was on like a show or whatever. I don't know. I saw a clip on the internet.
I mean, I'm sure they'll make a big stink about it, right? Where they'll get
Dude, we're talking about Elon Musk here. You don't think if he says he wants to fight Mark Zuckerberg in the ring that it's not gonna happen?
yes,
apparently
that's what I'm
because
saying.
apparently Dana White said that both of them said that they want to do it and they're 100% serious about it.
Okay, this is how I imagine it going down. I think that Elon Musk is going to be super duper on board,
Yeah.
right? And one of two things will happen.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg will never give it any publicity on
Okay.
his
Well,
end,
that's
right?
boring. That's boring.
That's most likely. That
Okay,
is
well,
going to
I don't-
be-
I don't-
Bip, 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 bip. That is most likely what's going to happen, right? But option number 2 is that
this
Mark
is a good
Zuckerberg.
one.
Nope,
No.
it's not going where you think it is.
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg says, "Yeah, I'm all in." Elon Musk chickens out as soon as he does, guaranteed.
You think so?
Absolutely,
Fuck
because
no.
that is absolutely
no.
the person that Elon Musk is. He's
I
a
don't-
lot of talk, and
Is he?
that is not to say that he has not accomplished things. Right? We'll kind of flip what we were just talking about with Andrew Tate on its head. Right? Where this dude has done some pretty impressive shit. Right? But he is someone that people give way too much credit to sometimes.
Oh, really?
Even with the acquisition of Twitter and shit.
I
that
don't
was
really know shit.
that was a bunch of pussyfooting until he was basically forced to for legal reasons. And that's not the entire story. That is the very abridged version.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
He
I
tried
don't
to
really
back
follow
himself out of that several times and was basically told no, you're this far in, you have to buy it now. So it's just stuff like that where I think that he will. Elon Musk will be the one publicly to say the most about it.
Okay, you're saying a lot of
Absolutely.
really boring things. Well, what I want to talk
It's
about
not
is
gonna happen.
Who do you think's going to win, though? Who do you think would win?
Elon Musk.
How tall is Elon Musk? What's the
Doesn't
what's
matter.
the reach
Mark
difference?
Zuckerberg, that man would have to just be pumped full of anabolic steroids. I think.
I don't think
Because
that,
I'm not saying that Elon Musk is in good shape, but I think he's like a thicker boy.
I think he's taller. I feel like Elon Musk is taller,
Mark
right?
Zuckerberg's kind of tall.
Is he?
I think.
He's kind of lanky. He might have him on reach, bro. And he's wiry. He's skinny, so he's quick. I don't think Elon Musk is very fast. I think he's slow. I think he's slow moving. So Elon Musk is 6 foot and what? We'll give him 2 inches. He's 6'2". All right, now pull up Mark Zuckerberg.
Generous.
I'm a generous guy. What can I say? A lot of people be looking for that inch. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg is only 5'7", so homie's got
5
homie's
inches
got
on him.
6 inches.
Oh yeah, you're saying yeah.
Yeah, 6 inches.
You're rounding up.
No, it'd be 7 inches rounding up. 7 to 12.
I'm doing the mental math.
Yeah, you are doing the math. It's 5 to 2, 7, 6 minimum. 7
I
maximum.
think that
Less than 154 pounds, bro. Mark, you gotta eat, bro.
that's what I'm saying. I think Elon Musk is a thicker boy. He's got the dad bod.
Yeah, but I also feel like Mark Zuckerberg doesn't feel pain
I do think that
like normal people. I
if
don't
he
think he's
were to
normal.
commit to the bit, right, he would have.
185, yeah, Elon Musk's got that, bro.
Okay, this is actually interesting because both of them. I was going to say this exclusively for Mark at first, but both of them would have at their disposal the world's best trainers, the world's best coaches,
Yeah,
the
but-
world's best everything.
And I
right?
guarantee you Elon would put more effort into getting into shape, I think.
It would be interesting because we all give Mark Zuckerberg a lot of shit for behaving so alien, right? Imagine this is where he just
He
goes
just
like, full
hyperfixates.
focus mode.
Yeah, he like hyperfixates and obsesses over it.
That's my thinking.
Bro,
I'm not
what if
saying
he,
he
like-
would win, but I think that man,
Yeah.
if he were to ever in this weird, bizarro world commit to like training for a boxing match, I feel like that man would be scary. Would he beat someone that much taller than him?
You could
Probably
say that.
not.
You could say that about anybody though. Like anybody who would dedicate like you know
These are
considerable time.
billionaires, right? They could just do whatever.
You think so?
Yes,
How much free time do you think they have?
unlimited. If
I
they
mean,
were
if
to
they
train
wanted
for a
to.
boxing match, unlimited.
They could just dedicate like how many much do you think it would take for them to like get in shape ready? Because like let's say Zuckerberg is weighing like 150. You know, he's like 5'7". He's like my height. Okay, you know, I've been going to the gym and I've gained like 30 pounds in like 3 months.
There you
know?
go.
The dude,
If you
could
give
be,
these guys half a year,
and
they
plus
could be
nutrition.
insane.
Yeah.
And they would have. That's what I'm saying. They would have the best doctors on their team.
Dude, yeah. Actually,
The nutritionalists on their team, bro.
I'm going to actually give it to Zuckerberg because according to this TMZ Sports, a very trusted source,
That's actually where I go for most of my like political news as well.
Zuckerberg is trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And you know what Elon Musk is trained in apparently? Karate, Taekwondo, and Judo. Those are bullshit. Like those are bullshit fighting.
But does jujitsu help you with
Wait.
boxing? Because people that are
it's
good
UFC, bro.
if they're doing like a UFC
Yeah, it's UFC.
match,
It's UFC. It's
they're
Dana
not doing
White.
they're not doing boxing.
No, I said that. I don't know why, but it's UFC. It would be in the octagon.
That'd be
And
kind of
absolutely.
That
And
that is even
absolutely-
less likely to happen.
And
Boxing
I-
match I can see. UFC absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, but dude, all I'm gonna say is if they get into it, even at his weight, if he is 155 pounds, dude, if he's good at jiu-jitsu, he takes out anybody. Like, well, not anybody, but like within reason. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like if this guy with all of his lizard
Resources?
autism powers can just
Yeah.
straight up like stay up for like 22 hours a day just doing jujitsu.
Bro, I wonder what kind of belt he's got because again, jiu-jitsu's scary. Jiu-jitsu is like literally the fighting discipline to kill. Like that's what jiu-jitsu was designed for. And I offended Wyatt whenever I said like judo, karate, and taekwondo are like kind of bullshit. Go ahead, Wyatt. Why?
Yeah, why? I'm a layman on
those
these.
are some of my disciplines.
Exactly. That's
But
why.
I've also got some jujitsu under my belt as well.
Oh, and which one do you think is more effective in a fight? Like a real fight?
Like a lot of jujitsu requires like grabbing and stuff.
Yeah,
like
grappling.
that.
Throwing.
So it's a lot of grappling and throwing.
Controlling the
Yeah.
opponent.
So
That'd be tricky though, because remember,
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg is significantly shorter.
Yeah,
Not
but
to say
that-
it couldn't be done.
No, but that's absolutely what makes jiu-jitsu like awesome is because it's using your opponent's weight and momentum against them. And
that's more Aikido.
Yeah, but
Isn't Aikido like the made up one?
No.
That's
Not
what
at all.
Steven Seagal does.
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit,
But judo is very similar in jiu-jitsu with the grabbing and throwing and things like that.
But I thought,
It's interesting because my martial arts teachers were like opposites. So my 5'3" Filipino Spanish martial arts teacher was the judo and the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and the other one was kembo and karate. And when they brawled, it was interesting because it was always a fight for if my shorter martial artist or shorter teacher could get a hold, then it was always leaning on his side. But if he couldn't get a hold, the karate, taekwondo was like superior the whole time.
Interesting.
striking.
I feel like we're on like a panel right before a fight, and then we bring in our
We
expert.
absolutely
We bring in
are.
our martial arts expert Wyatt. This is like
I'm
a
not an
pre-fight.
expert.
Yeah. What belt did you make it to?
I made it to like a green in all of them.
I don't know where that's at.
Mid. It's
Mid.
mid.
Okay.
Mid.
Someone will
Definitely
know.
Yeah.
My martial arts teachers didn't like the idea of using belt systems, but also had to separate the class.
Right.
So when
So they did it
when
based
we
on
like
wage.
yeah, like when we no, not wage. It was because some of us, like me and my older brother, picked it up really quick, and then a couple other students picked it up really quick, and we were instantly always put to where we fought each other, whereas the rest of the class didn't pick it up very quick, and so they always stayed kind of lower in the class because it was always one-sided when we fought. Like always.
This might be controversial, but like I just feel like karate, taekwondo, judo, all of these are definitely more of like performance based nowadays. Like I believe there was one point where like if like you disciplined yourself and like you really dedicated time and understanding, because like the thing is with martial arts like that is it's less about being able to fight and dominate somebody, and it's more about the philosophy that comes along with the martial arts, right? Less than about being an effective killer, and jiu-jitsu, that's literally what it was designed for, is to be an effective killer.
I think we might be out of our depth here, just because I'm sure that there are people who still train in
Hey,
it
listen,
like classically.
I've listened to Joe Rogan, okay? I'm somewhat of an expert.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat of an expert. No, I actually have
Man who has listened to Joe Rogan once.
No, I have friends who have spent a lot of time doing fighting like this, learning jiu-jitsu, wrestling, coaches, stuff like
Yeah,
this.
but we're talking, once again, like, if we're even discussing, like, octagon play, right?
Yeah.
You have to, I think, take into consideration that these people are using, like, karate and disciplines
Very
like that.
few. Very few.
No, I'm saying, but the people that do use it are using it in a more effective way, right? Whereas, like the common man who may go to karate class every couple weeks,
Right, to stay in shape.
Yeah, that's different.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
different.
And
that's why-
I do know that it is at least seemingly the minority, because even if you're trained in it, you might not use it as much. It's still something that at the top tier is more effective, So if we're talking like you get a coach in there, you get trainers in there that are like exclusively karate, even if it's more niche, you're going to be using it in a way that might be different from the others that
all
are.
I'm gonna
that are in
say is I've seen some videos of like a boxer fighting like a karate black belt or whatever, or senseis, and they get demolished every time.
Sure.
And it's like,
And like I said, I'm out of my depth at
right,
least.
and like I mean, do you know who pioneered MMA, mixed martial arts as we know it?
Who?
Bruce Lee.
Yes.
And Bruce Lee is the pioneer of it, and he is the one who like has straight up said is like, hey, like karate or not specifically karate, but like martial arts
sucks.
Karate, fuck karate. It's because they wouldn't let him into that dojo one time.
So he said, "You know what? I'm going to do my own thing."
No, and literally he went out and using his whatever, his form, which is
His
just
expertise.
street fighting, yeah. Which because he's trained a lot, but he went in and he fought like I want to say 3 or 4 different like martial arts masters back to back and just demolished all of them.
I wanna say that on the note that Cameron was talking about how like in the ring they're using a much more like effective form. I do want to point out that I've noticed, and when I watch MMA fights particularly, that they're not using the martial art the way it's trained in the dojo.
Exactly, and that's my
and
point.
That's definitely it.
And
Well,
that's my
like
point.
It all
like
just
a
becomes
decent-
mixed
yeah.
martial arts.
Yeah, a
It's all
decent
in
a
a
decent
fight.
amount of them like you'll notice like a lot of
They
them
have
go in
multiple
with like
disciplines.
karate.
Yeah, they have a multiple.
Well,
disciplines.
like the ones that go in with just karate, you never throw anybody in karate.
right.
It is never a throw,
Yes.
but you'll see them throw once or twice in the match just to like get distance or whatever. Karate is like you never grab. Like that is karate means like if I'm not mistaken,
Striking.
no, like closed fist.
Ah.
And then there's some that mean open fist, but karate means closed fist, means that you don't have a weapon and that you're using like you're using hands and you're not grabbing anything, and then a lot of them end up throwing and everything like that. So like I would feel like yes, Brazilian jiu-jitsu's in there.
If you call anything
Um,
Brazilian, it automatically becomes more dangerous.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Just
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like jiu-jitsu, that's fine.
That's-
Brazilian
Brazilian
jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu?
The only thing scarier is like Australian jiu-jitsu. Oh my god, that's poisonous. That one's poisonous.
Yeah, that one is
And
poisonous.
larger.
And I was gonna say lion larger. Yeah.
Well, so I was reading this thing while you guys were talking, and the biggest issue they're having is weight and height, is like reach and everything like that,
Yeah.
and the difference.
Give that
But
to Elon
one
Musk
thing that I noticed was age. Elon Musk is like
51.
12 years older.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
51, bro.
gotta have like a toll on the fight.
Yeah, dude, he's a lot less endurance.
And he's not in bad shape,
I
but
don't
he
know.
has never been in like what seems to be the best shape.
I've never seen him without a shirt on.
Oh, you can look it up.
Really?
He's been to the beach.
Oh.
beach,
What about
beach.
Zuckerberg? Let's see him shirtless.
Have you not seen the
Get on
classic pictures of Mark Zuckerberg, like all pasty with sunscreen?
I
I
haven't.
think he's still wearing a shirt in those pictures, like at the beach. So
Really?
he's one of those.
Ugh.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think to close out this,
Yeah, he
this
does
section,
not look well. Like, he does not look good.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a dad. He's got a dad bod.
We're talking about Elon Musk. Yeah, definitely dad bod. I mean, he's got some muscle, but like,
He's
why
just a
is-
guy.
Why are his nipples so far apart? Is that normal? Like, his nipples are like,
They're facing different directions.
yeah, bro. Okay. Nah, that's not real,
Hell
is
yeah.
it? That's
No.
not real, is it?
No. See, this is what happens.
That is so
Zark
photoshopped.
Muckerberg is already taking over Google.
Oh, well, it's because he is. Dude, all right, whoever's listening to this, you got to Google Mark Zuckerberg shirtless right now.
There's some good results.
Yeah, those are great. And you know he put them there.
Or he
himself.
had someone put them there. I'm surprised Elon hasn't done
Either
the same.
way, he looks like even like the ones that he's not in, like that middle one and the one on the second one down on the right. Yeah, he doesn't look bad
He's
there.
just a guy.
I mean, yeah, but he's a healthy guy, not just a guy.
Sure.
I feel like there's.
I don't think he's had any kids, like he's not at beer belly dad bod status. He's also younger.
I mean, that's true.
All of those things lend a lot of power to his corner.
You got to just it's just priorities, because I've seen some pretty jacked parents before.
Okay, so I want to wrap this portion up because I feel like way too much of a sports commentator that has no knowledge of sports.
That's what makes it better. And boom goes the dynamite.
I would love if we somehow managed to get a spot on a panel, like just as like guest panelists before like a football game.
Dude.
I have never sat through a full football game in my life, right? So
Right.
I would love
Me neither.
to just be like,
Not even the Super Bowl.
dude, straight up same. I would love to be able to show up as like a guest panelist, like full suit,
Yeah.
sitting next to these experts. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, I think we're gonna have a really good game. I think there's some really good matchups here, and we're just like,
Oh no, that's
You
not
know?
what I'm gonna be
It'd
like.
be
No, I
so
think
good.
you're wrong.
Yeah,
I like
it'd be so
I
good.
would just be fucking like,
we would just have
disagreeing
to
with
know
them
like
on everything.
names and keywords. That's what we would have to memorize
listen,
before.
LeBron is definitely not the best basketball player in the league right now.
Okay.
He's kind of overhyped, to be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. They're like, who do you think is?
Uh,
There you go. Yeah.
You got to be like,
You just
not
have to have-
LeBron.
just have a name. Yeah.
That's whenever you bite down on your tooth that has the cyanide capsule. and you just kill yourself. Just foaming at the mouth. Holy shit. So, if this fight is to happen, right?
Yeah.
In some crazy twist of fate that we have, right? And they both go through with it. They both say, we're doing this, we're committing. They're probably going to fumble it in another way where, like, even if they do it UFC, right? They'll be like, this is going to stream exclusively on the...
On
what is it
Apple
even called
TV,
now?
I don't
No. It's going to stream
Meta.
on the Meta Quest and Tesla screens in your fucking
How
car.
fucking
It'd be
funny.
hilarious.
That would be
It'd be
hilarious.
funny for publicity, right? But
Yeah.
it would make ratings really bad. Even if
Right.
they charged out the ass for like a pay-per-view, it would still just tank it, right? And I'm not saying that would happen, but I'm saying that they would find a way, like the PR team behind the event would somehow find a way to make it awful. Or like stream on like Twitter's like premium service, where like you have to pay like $5-10 a month in order to get that premium
Oh,
Twitter,
yeah,
and that's how
yeah.
you can watch it. Like that's
That's
some bullshit they would do.
I would probably pay $10 to see it.
Yeah, but it would be like Disney Plus's movies on demand whenever they were doing that for COVID, where you had to subscribe and then pay the rental price. That's what they would do.
Yeah, I would not be be about that.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that
I
they
hope it
will
does.
find a way to fuck up the PR.
Regardless, whether it does, you just wait a week after the fight. You're going to see the highlights, and you see all the best parts. You don't have to watch it live. But I hope it does.
Or they'll do something even more stupid where they have like their meta avatars fight. Like they'll
Bro,
have,
it's
like,
actually
virtual
funny that
people.
you say that because a video just came up on my timeline, and it was literally
Literally.
shut the fuck
Literally?
up. It's really rude of you to interrupt people when they're talking. You know that?
What was it?
It's very
What was
unbecoming
it?
of
Literally? You said that some of the shit that I was saying earlier was boring.
you. You are boring sometimes, okay? Listen, I'm sorry.
I have this podcast to talk, not to be interesting.
Ugh,
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's a point.
He does have a point.
Yeah, I say words into microphone. Not all of them are going to be la la la, good, haha, exciting, explosion.
So
To me, they are.
You know, the competitions where people go and fight martial arts, whatever. They were literally doing it in full VR. They didn't fight each other.
See,
they put on a
I'm
headset,
prophetic.
and it kind of it kind of pisses me off because it's what it comes down to, and they were yeah. Making the noises and whatever.
Sure.
And dude, they were just flailing. They
Yeah,
were just
in their living room.
it was no, they were in front of an audience. They were up
Oh,
on
that's
a stage.
worse. That's just worse.
They were up on a stage, and there was the TV behind them, and they were fighting each other in VR. And yeah.
Ew.
And literally, they weren't even dodging. They were just trying to throw as many kicks and punches as they could. I didn't finish it because it was cringe.
I
but,
don't
yeah.
want to be in this timeline anymore.
All I can say is the cool thing about it is it was a male fighting a female. So
Finally, co-ed sports.
co-ed
Making them
sports.
even.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get everybody in the same sports league? This is how we do it.
Virtual reality.
Virtual reality. I'm going to go lift some virtual weights for my virtual bodybuilding contest.
How funny would that be, though? Literally. Ugh. Now you said it. Now you said it, and now I'm thinking about it.
Good.
And now it's bugging me.
Good. The seed has been planted.
But what if you had an avatar, like a Tamagotchi pet, but your avatar is your fighter, so you actually have to log in and you have to do activities.
You have to train.
Yeah, you literally have to train in VR, and that'll dictate
that's actually an interesting concept,
right?
Even if not for real life, and I hope it does not become real life. But the idea of training a Tamagotchi. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad app. That's about as far as I would take it. Is here's a Tamagotchi. Make your Tamagotchi buff.
And
this
is how you do it. You go work out or whatever.
Yeah, and then it reads your Apple Watch or whatever.
Yeah, no,
that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
But that's
at
as
all.
far as we
Wouldn't
need
be
to take
terrible.
it. Let's
I know.
not wear the fucking Apple Vision Pros in the gym. That's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Where we're going to start seeing mofuckers in the gym in the Apple Vision
What do you
Pro.
think? What would you watch if you had
Porn.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Because there's scientifically speaking, you actually lift more weight and can do more reps whenever you're
aroused.
Whenever
you're Randy, baby.
Randy. Do I make you Randy? Who the fuck is Randy?
I think that is the only acceptable use, but even then, if you wear your Apple Vision Pro in public, I am going to rip it off your head.
I'm going to come at you with a knife, and what are you going to do? You don't see me coming?
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to scalp you.
Exactly, just from the back.
From behind. Yeah, exactly. You're not going to see it coming.
Exactly, because guess what? You have the Apple Vision Pro on.
Yeah, me tying a 40-pound dumbbell to your hairline and just letting it fall. So awful.
Do you think 40 pounds would do it?
Yeah.
I think you would need more.
From a considerable distance, it would do damage. It would probably rip out a chunk of scalp.
You think so?
Without going into fine details, yes. We're fragile. We're strong, but we're fragile, we can recover from a lot of weird shit, and people can survive random events like falling out of a fucking plane, and just having a seat underneath them, But then at the same time, if you fall down the stairs in the wrong way, you're dead. So
right.
There's a 50-50 chance.
On anything, because literally people...
Literally?
Shut the fuck up. God, I hate you. You're so annoying. Why did I decide to do this podcast with you?
Oh, man. We're
35
too far
episodes
gone now.
in. I know. There's no backing out. I feel like Elon Musk when he went to buy Twitter. I can't back out. I'm stuck.
Weegawy, you widowy can't weave now.
I hate that. So I was coaching. So my voice is tired. I don't know if you guys can tell listening, but I'm
You sound
pointing it
fine.
out now. Thank you.
Sound great.
That's wonderful. But my voice is tired as fuck, and it's because I've been coaching for the past 2 days, like all day. And it makes me happy because one of the girls was hitting the gritty. Thank you. I wanted to say gwitty, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm hittowing the gwittoing." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh,
Like,
man.
holy shit, you're so funny.
Ooh,
And then there's like another one real quick before.
You're good.
Because like another thing, just like the shit that they say, like they were running around calling each other sussy bakas.
Oh my god. Doesn't that make you feel old?
Yeah, a little bit.
I flip the script a little bit in my head whenever I hear shit like that because I can't get mad at it. You know,
No, I
like
think it's hilarious.
and we've been there. You know, like not that long ago. Like we still say bullshit like that, but
Yeah.
there was a point in time where it was like pinnacle comedy, right?
Where
Yeah.
it was
Even if
normal.
even if you were like still had a sense of humor outside of internet humor, if you could relate to someone through your internet humor, that was a big deal.
Just the funniest shit.
And nowadays
Yeah.
it's more ubiquitous. Like everyone can kind of hop on those same trends because like memes are
Well, it's so
everywhere.
widespread.
They're
now.
saturated,
Like,
right?
and it's literally God damn it, fuck. You like showed me the Matrix, and
Yeah.
now I can't unsee it.
It's really hard, right?
Ugh, I hate that. I hate filler words. So
We have a podcast.
I know.
I have to point these things out.
Yeah. God damn it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. The memes are literally. Oh my fuck. They are in.
Even when he knows.
I can't stop it.
You're
I
aware.
can't stop it.
You're so close.
He's starting to believe.
He's beginning to believe.
So it's in like mass media. I couldn't think of the word. I'm thrown off.
You're really off your game now.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you got me.
In mass media.
In mass media, it's in commercials and
Yes.
TV and movies
Yeah.
and everything.
Everything
Like internet
references
culture is
each other
literally
now.
in it. Yeah.
And this ties perfectly into what I thought of whenever you were speaking. But
Yeah.
first, I'll say, or I'll finish my point, that like I can't get mad at younger generations because sometimes the shit that they say, coming from me like I'm fucking 80, but sometimes the
Dude, you
things that-
are 80. I
I
think
can be.
you're just a jaded old man.
because
already.
sometimes the things that people say are stupid. Okay?
Most things that people say are
Yes.
stupid, but it makes them happy. so
Exactly.
be
and that's
happy.
why I can't be mad at it.
Okay.
Right? And not only that, but some of the things that come out of internet culture are legitimately funny, right? And humor
Yeah.
is subjective. I don't give a shit. But I do have a theory. And I was talking about this with my mother earlier.
Oh
okay?
God, it's probably very interesting and not boring at all.
I mean, I guess we'll fucking see, Josh.
I guess we will.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Interesting corner with Cameron.
I hope.
I have to make a segment where I'm interesting because I can't apparently be interesting all the time. So
Or ever, really. Like,
I don't do anything, Josh. I want to sit in my room. I want to listen to my Warhammer lore. I want to play the same
Fucking
free
video games, yeah.
free video
Don't
games
even-
on my $3,000 PC. You know, like I'm a boring man. Okay,
you're not boring. You're
I have
interesting.
to pretend to be interesting for this podcast.
I think you're interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like
We struck a nerve.
We struck a nerve.
It's
there.
fine.
I
Okay.
love you, Cameron, and I think you're very interesting.
Well, this theory is not original.
So-
okay, so
but-
it's not that interesting.
Right, but to
Okay.
start with this interesting story, you were talking to your mom.
Yes. Yeah. My best friend. Okay. Shout out,
Wait,
Mom.
what the fuck am I then?
You're my co-host. And you're about to be lower than that if you keep acting up.
Well, this is not your sole intellectual property, by the
No,
way.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying we might have to get like a fourth person in here so I can have multiple
What is
co-hosts.
Wyatt?
Producer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
You saw what happens when we brought a fourth person in last
A
episode.
fourth
and the episode
professional.
before that.
A
Yeah,
professional.
it's okay. It's not everybody
You
has.
can't pull people
yeah.
off of this street again.
Yeah, please.
Again.
We could probably pull off a homeless person and they'd be better than RT.
I don't think so.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
just
whoa! It's a joke, RT. I know you're
RT,
listening.
yeah, you're listening. I love you.
RT,
I
we
have
love
to
you.
throw shade because I know you're listening.
Yes.
Okay. So this is not an original theory, but I do think more and more with memes that are coming out today, it's almost guaranteed to be true to some capacity. Okay. Almost every meme that becomes very, very popular that is related to any sort of movie, brand, what have you, right, is started by that brand, right? Or by that company, or by that PR team behind the movie, behind the whatever, right? Even if it's not directly, because obviously, like the one that comes to mind right now at the time of listening, I don't know how relevant this will be, but the Grimace Shake thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Have you seen that shit? It's fucking hilarious.
I don't think it is.
I think it's funny.
I think that there are some good ones, right?
Yeah, I think
but
it's great.
The thing is, I legitimately think that some version of that concept was probably started by like a marketing executive at McDonald's, and even if they didn't post it showing that they were affiliated with McDonald's, right? They probably started that trend somehow, or got a lot of people to start that trend. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like especially
I
with,
get what you're
with
saying.
brands and movies, right?
I think
things that you want to draw attention to, right? Because there is nothing, and I mean nothing, notable about the Travis Scott meal from McDonald's
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
right? Grimace Shake.
Yeah, but which one do you think is like what is more popular? Like immediately, I think the Grimace Shake because I didn't even know there was.
Oh,
a
Travis Scott meal.
No fucking
Still
way.
to this day, I think that's more popular.
No way.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing is that's your corner of internet. That's what you're seeing. That's your algorithm, right? The algorithm is catered to you now. And
Right. So
it's probably better than it even was back whenever the Travis Scott meal
yeah,
came out.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying, and I do agree with you to a certain extent. But I think what's more likely is that somebody came up with the joke, and then McDonald's or whatever big company will like
ride the wave.
Exactly. They will put it more, and they will like I don't know how
Maybe
they do
it's
it.
just because I don't find these things funny, and I shouldn't say
You don't find most things funny. You're a jaded old man.
I don't. I find myself funny and present company funny most of the time sometimes, and that's about it. But I'm not saying, I should clarify, that it's like a guarantee or that I think that specifically the Grimace Shake meme was started by McDonald's, right? I was just using it as an example.
Right.
But I do think that a lot of these memes, think about, let's put it in a different context, right? There are a lot of musical artists who get called out for being industry plants, which just means that they are posing as an indie artist, right, with zero to no following,
right?
But then if you look at who's backing them, right,
yeah,
even if they're not signed to a record label, you look at like the producers and shit,
right,
and
they
huge
can,
connections,
exactly, right, where they can force it into the forefront of like people, and
I think that's the same thing that happens with memes tied to brands,
absolutely,
right,
and that's what I'm saying, and
where
I absolutely agree.
I think that it could go either way with pretty much any popular brand meme, where it could be McDonald's just riding the wave where they didn't have anything to do with it. But I do think that another good example recently are like all the Spider-Verse memes, right? That movie's legitimately good. And I think that there are absolutely people that are just making original things because they feel like it, right? But I don't think all of them are just like, oh, this is purely because I enjoyed the movie. I think that at least part of them are in some way, or at least could be in some way, tied to a marketing.
You know what I think?
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. You know what I think we need to do?
Yeah.
I think we need to just make a whole bunch of posts of memes and bullshit that are tied specifically to specific brands.
Yeah.
And like see if
like
they
algorithmically.
Exactly. Why did that throw me off? Algorithmically?
Yeah.
Why was that hard to say for me?
A lot of syllables.
Yeah. You know, I've been following this guy on Instagram who posts a lot of words, like the Daily Word and stuff, so I've been learning new words.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I can't think of any word that I've seen
That's
from him.
good. What were you going to say before that? We need to start posting things algorithmically?
Yeah, of brands to try to get
like
some...
kind of like an experiment. See if we can get new popular
Yeah,
memes
exactly,
to blow up.
exactly. Get like our podcast and our content.
But it has to be for something like a... I would love if it was something not like niche or obscure, but just less popular. Like, remember whenever
we need to target the most popular.
No, think
ones.
about like whenever
like Coca-Cola.
No,
dude, we could dress up as like polar bears.
First of all,
and then we can fuck each other while drinking Coca-Cola.
I vote no.
Well, you're no fun. Okay.
I mean, 4chan's been really good at like derailing like the idea that all publicity is good publicity, because I remember whenever the internet got to name the new Mountain Dew flavor, and number one was Hitler did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fucking hilarious.
The only time that I would support a multi-billion-dollar brand is if they were kind of getting fucked in the process, you know? Because you can argue that all publicity is good publicity until it's like, you know,
Hitler did nothing wrong.
Try Campbell's incest soup, you know?
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, that level. It can be, I think. But
yeah, and that's exactly.
remember
what I'm
whenever
saying. All kinds of shit. Okay, I feel like you're being a little dramatic.
Remember
here.
whenever Reddit blew up GameStop stock?
Yeah,
I'm not saying we could do anything like that, but I'm saying that GameStop was not in.
Why limit yourself? Why doubt yourself?
No, let me fucking finish.
Okay. I think you need a little bit more confidence, Cameron. We can absolutely.
I'm not saying that we can't.
We can raise.
That's not what I'm saying either.
Let's invest into Toys R Us stocks. Are they still around?
No, I think they're completely gone.
Or Kmart, right?
Radio Shack.
Yeah, Radio Shack.
Big Lots.
Big Lots.
Big Lots stock.
Big Lots.
I heard big things.
I hear
everybody.
Is
this insider trading?
Yeah, I think we need
don't
to make
work
it
for
happen.
Big Lots.
We
It's
could
not
though.
Insider trading. No, that would make it insider trading. Then we would get arrested.
Ah,
Can't do that.
we are not working for Big Lots.
Yeah. Wink. Fuck. God damn it. I'm just saying that it has to be something that's out of the limelight at the moment, right?
Like what? What Liquid Death?
GameStop was not thought of. Like, it's a huge company, right? But it wasn't like, oh, like GameStop. Let's
dying.
talk about GameStop. So Big Lots. There we go. That's who we latch on to right now. I've probably not been into a Big Lots in like a decade.
It's been years.
I
It's
think
been
we
probably
gotta
like
go on
4 or
a
5
trip.
years.
We gotta make a run.
Let's do it right now.
They sell a lot of weird shit.
I don't know what they sell.
You can find some kind of bum-ass like beverages there that they don't really sell anywhere else. They sell like exotic beverages.
Like what?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. But like
Who knows? It could be different.
for a while, could be. I don't stock the shelves
they
there,
have
bro.
new stuff.
I don't stock it. You know, it's crazy. It
It's
could change.
exotic.
Yeah. The reason that I say that is because back in like middle school, they would have bevs that nowhere else in town would have. So
What? Like
I don't know.
Mr.
Like-
Pibb?
It's so exotic.
Is that,
Mr.
where do you
Pibb.
go? And
I haven't seen Mr.
exactly.
Pibb in a while.
I
They
haven't
doing
seen it.
okay?
We need to do Mr. Pibb.
Ooh, if we could get a Mr. Pibb sponsorship,
Yo,
I'd be down for that.
I'll drink some Mr. Pibb.
Could you?
And I'll drink the
imagine?
soda,
They
too.
kind of have really good branding too. I would love if we could do like a Same Page Productions cross Mr. Pibb merch line.
Do they have good branding?
They kind of do. I like their like
Their logo, like where it's like
and
the
like
red
their
and the orange,
the
and it's like
background.
all,
Their
yeah, I
background
know
is
exactly
good.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Huh?
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Wyatt? What are you doing?
Cheap Bondo alternative? What the fuck?
What's Bondo?
Yeah.
Like bondage?
See, that's what I was
Bonding?
thinking.
No,
Bonder?
No.
Well,
it's like a filler. So like when you 3D print
Like
something,
spackle?
it's got all
Okay,
those. No,
this
no,
is
not
boring.
like spackle.
Spackle.
It's like when you 3D print
Spackle.
something and you have like all the lines on it.
yes.
You use Bondo to fill it
Wait, do you have a
Ah.
3D
to make it
printer?
smooth. No, I want one.
Okay.
No.
So
RT
follow-up question:
yes.
Why are you googling
Yeah,
it currently?
Uh,
Are you even listening to
yes,
us right
yes,
now?
I
I don't
am.
think he
I'm
is.
always listening.
I don't believe you.
I have to listen in order to make sure you guys aren't peeking.
But are you
That's
listening
true.
to the words
Yeah.
that we're saying,
Are you
or just the
can you-
noises?
Exactly.
Both.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
I don't
One or
think
the
so.
other.
Yeah.
'Cause
What are
the-
your thoughts?
Yeah, I would like to know.
Yeah, exactly. Please join in our conversation.
Please.
I actually think that it's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Great
How so?
idea. Because
Elaborate,
it's gonna,
please.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
what do you like about it?
Well, look at the thing I'm looking up right now.
Spacco.
Oh,
No, not
was
Spackle.
Bondo.
You doofus. That was just what was on the screen like from a few minutes
Spickle.
ago.
Becoming
Oh,
a
I gotta be
Gamer
careful with
Subs
that.
partner.
Yeah.
Spickle.
yeah.
Took me a second. God
Because
damn it.
I was
That's
thinking
very.
Spackle.
That's I mean, there's someone that would get mad at you for that one, but
they're not
It's not,
in the
it's not
room.
me.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
I don't quite know, honestly. I don't know how that stuff works. Blowing up trends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we
okay.
we
I
are
don't-
trendsetters.
So we talked about that like
Exactly.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, literally.
No, I don't understand like how the process.
It's because it's all
works.
planted. They're
Exactly.
all planted. So nothing is genuine.
You just
it's
gotta
all artificial.
you just gotta plug into
Yeah.
the mainframe.
like the Matrix.
What kind?
No.
Well, no.
Yeah.
What kind of?
What kind?
But
It's
no.
like
But no.
something else that involves
Matrix-esque.
Yeah, but not the Matrix because the Matrix is mainstream.
Matrix adjacent.
Exactly.
What would be a non-mainstream version of the Matrix? What's a movie that's done Matrix? Because everything
Gamer,
everything emulated Matrix
but that's not
aesthetic.
the same. Yeah.
right? Everything emulated the Matrix aesthetic with like the trench coats and the sunglasses and the edgy cyberpunk.
I
for a
can't
very
think
long
of
time.
anything else other than the Matrix that has that aesthetic. What? Oh, Cyberpunk? No, not Cyberpunk. A fucking Blade Runner.
Blade Runner came out before the Matrix.
Oh, well then, so the Matrix is Blade Runner-esque, is what you're saying.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And Blade Runner is something else. Fuck you.